She's so skinny. I think her mommy died too young too. So she wasn't used to eating solid food. So it's been difficult to get her to eat solid foods. Yeah. Alright. Sad. I think there was like birth complications or something. My mom passed away just maybe a week or so after giving birth. She's orphaned. I think the community is gonna keep her healthy, hopefully, if she starts eating enough solids. Hello guys, Shamika here from Live, Love, Life, and Travel. Here to answer the question that everyone is dying to know. Is it safe to travel India? And the short answer to this question is yes. Simply yes. In my opinion, it's safe. Is it safe to travel India right now in 2022? Is it safe to travel India as a woman? Is it safe to travel India as a solo traveler? To sum it up, I've been in India for 2 years. Probably a little bit more than 2 years now. And I've had ample opportunities to leave India, including right now. Even when the global situation hit the world, because it was global, and most foreign travelers had opportunities to leave if they wanted to. There was emergency flights going out for a while. So even then, if I wanted to leave India, I could have. But as you can see, I chose to stay in India. So why would I stay if I didn't feel safe? So yes, I feel perfectly safe and accepted here in India. But does that mean that you leave your common sense at home? Does that mean you don't pack up all the knowledge that your mommy and your daddy taught you, how to keep yourself and your space safe when you board the plane? Of course not. Just because I feel safe here doesn't mean that India is utopia. Nowhere on the planet is utopia. It does not mean that bad things don't happen in India, because that doesn't exist. Unfortunately, that's not our reality. Bad things happen sometimes to good people, but it doesn't mean that you have to walk around fearful all the time. No. In my humble opinion, most places are no more safe or no more dangerous than the one that you're coming from. Just like most countries, India has its good sides and its bad sides. Just like most countries, cities, states, towns, wherever you're living in, there's certain parts of that area that has a higher crime rate than others. India is no different. There's Old Delhi, and then there's New Delhi. There's Rajasthan, and then there's Dharamshala. There's Goa, there's North India, there's West India. India is enormous, with a huge population. So of course bad things are gonna happen, and of course there's some more unsavory parts of the country. But does that mean the country isn't safe as a whole? No, it doesn't. Just like LA has crime, Detroit has crime, New York has crime, it doesn't mean those places are dangerous. So once again, yes, I feel safe in India. But again, that does not mean that you leave your common sense at home. All the street smarts that your mom or your dad or whatever your parental guidance was when you were growing up that taught you the tips and tricks how to keep yourself, your space, and your body safe, you take those things with you no matter what country you go to. And I know that sounds like common sense, but especially with young people and backpackers, I've seen a lot of people leave their common sense at home when they travel. Trust me. I've seen a lot of people do things in other countries that they would never dare to do in their own country. If you wouldn't walk down dark alleys in the country that you're raised and born in, you shouldn't do in the country that you're visiting. If you wouldn't go off with a bunch of men that you just met in your own country, you shouldn't do in a country that you're visiting. If you wouldn't take drinks or drugs or substances for people you don't know in the country that you're in, you shouldn't do in a country that you're visiting. It's just really simple common sense, but a lot of people seem not to practice it when they travel. Of course, I will do a more detailed sit-down video of tips and tricks that you can do to make yourself feel more secure traveling through India or any other country, whether you're traveling alone or you're traveling as a female solo traveler. And one of the things is you have to respect the culture that you're in. That means the traditions, the culture, the religion, the space that you're traveling in. Respect the culture and kind of do what the locals do. When I say respect the culture, that means in some way trying to assimilate to the surroundings around you. Because I feel like a lot of Westerners, especially Americans, feel like the world evolves around them and their culture, and it doesn't. That's not the way the world works. America makes up 5% of the planet. The Western world is still a small percentage of the planet. There's many people on this earth that does not live the way you live, have the same beliefs and values and culture that you do. And so if you want someone to come into your country and respect your culture, you do the same thing when you visit other countries. And I find a lot of people, especially young people, have a really hard time adapting that. They kind of have this like, get with my program or else. Why would you go to a country that you feel is behind in the first place? A lot of people tend to want to take advantage of so-called developing countries because it's cheaper to travel through there. They can kind of live the lives they want, but in return don't want to respect the culture that they're in. So for instance, here in Goa, I'm wearing this, which is not that revealing, but I'm not wearing a bra. You know, this can get a little bit low, it shows some cleavage. This is not something that I might wear when I'm in Rajasthan. I probably will drape a scarf over my shoulder or my chest area. And that doesn't mean if I don't, then it's dangerous. But it's still polite just to respect the culture you're in so you don't run into uncomfortable situations. It's the same thing if you're going somewhere like a Muslim culture where you have to wear a hijab. Even if it's something that you don't feel comfortable doing, you still wear the hijab because it's their culture. It's not your job as a Westerner or as an American to go to someone else's country to make a statement. If a culture is something that's so against your belief system, then don't visit that country. All in all, do I feel safe in India? Again, yes. It has been over 2 years. If I didn't feel safe, I would have left. I absolutely love India. I adore India. I adore the culture. I adore the people. I adore the food. I adore the history. And I love the landscape here. But it's just like any other place. Bad things can happen to you when you travel. So you use your common sense. You use your street smarts. You do research beyond a country before you go there. And you practice caution. But practicing caution does not mean you travel in fear. And that comes to everything. The fear of being assaulted, the fear of being mugged, the fear of getting food sick. You practice common sense and caution well enough where you put those things in place where you don't have to walk around looking over your shoulder constantly. What I'm trying to say is you live the same way you live in the country you come from with the idea of respecting the culture that you're in at the time, if that makes any sense. So in my opinion, it is safe to travel India. Whether you are traveling in 2022, 2023, I mean, I can't predict the future, but probably in 2024 and beyond. I would like to come on here and paint everything with rose-colored glasses like a lot of travel vloggers seem to do and pretend that the countries that they're in are just beautiful utopia when there's no crime and nothing bad ever happens. Bad things do happen, but bad things happen everywhere. Again, India to me is no more safe and no more dangerous than America. A matter of fact, I have been assaulted and I have been robbed and I have had things done to me and I have been victimized in America, but not here in India. That doesn't mean it couldn't happen though. India is vast and diverse, so depending on where you are in India, there's different cultures and different standards and different values and different religions, different languages, different social norms when it comes to things between the genders, right? I've said this in another video before, like making eye contact, smiling too long, physical touch, things that we might see as playful flirtation or just being nice might be seen as something else in a different culture or in a different country. My point is that I feel safe, but I practice common sense and street smarts, and I respect the culture that I'm in.
Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.